you're responsible for the telecom technology at a small or medium-sized business and you're ready to finally get those systems working for you, then you're in the right place. This short, free course will walk you through why telecom matters in today's market and how Telecom Consulting can help get your system working for you, not against you. So this course is going to cover 5 main topics. I'll start with an introduction of myself and why I believe I'm qualified to be doing this. We'll talk about why telecom matters to you and your company. We'll talk about assessing your current system and performing a gap analysis between your current state and your ideal state. We'll talk about scope control and vendor negotiation to make sure that the system you're buying meets those needs. And then we'll talk about ongoing support. First, a little bit of an introduction of myself. My name's Michael Ghazi. I'm the owner and principal consultant at Telecom Consulting. I've been in the telecom community for over 27 years. It started when I was in the Royal Canadian Navy, where my job as a naval communicator, in part, was maintaining radio systems on the ship. I also worked at JVC Kenwood in Toronto, Ontario, where my job primarily was focused on their NextEdge two-way radio trunking system. After that, I spent about 13 years working for telecom integrators in Alberta, Canada, in various roles from technical to sales to management. So why does telecom matter to you and your business? Telecommunications is the backbone of safety operations for many companies. Workers need fast, reliable communications to stay productive and efficient on the job. Poor communications can result in injury, downtime, and lost revenue. Modern telecommunication permeates business operations today. Critical communications isn't just voice anymore. Data communications, workflow integrations, and mobility options all increase efficiency and decrease downtime in today's workplace. A telecommunications consultant can help. Some common issues when an organization selects a communications system without embedded telecommunications expertise on their team include over-engineered systems, overpriced solutions, and scope creep. When you engage Telecom Consulting, the first thing that we're going to do is assess your current communication system. And we're going to look at the first 3 of 5 C's of communication. We're going to look at coverage, capacity, and the cost of ownership of your system. From there, we'll review devices, workflows, user pain points, and system redundancy of your network. We'll then determine the ideal state of your communication system and build a gap analysis to get us from the current state to the ideal state. Once we know our ideal state and know how to get there, we can start talking to vendors about specific solutions. I can help with vendor negotiation and scope creep. Without a detailed requirements list, multiple vendor quotes can be wildly different. It'd be like comparing apples to oranges. A telecommunications consultant can help narrow down the scope requirements and clearly define the request. By creating clear requirements, we can force vendors to produce comparable scopes of work, and then we can compare those as equals. Some of the things that we can find among quotes when requirements aren't well defined are unnecessary add-ons, vague installation details, or missing warranties or documentation. So as part of the vendor negotiation, we'll make sure that the scope of the project, any service level agreements, and all other project deliverables are well documented. So finally, what kind of ongoing support can Telecom Consulting provide? Through the life of your telecommunications system, the environment it's operating in is going to change. You're going to have staffing changes, there'll be workflow changes, coverage needs might change, there may be new hazards at the workplace. The physical layout of the workplace might even change, where we need to update the communication system to accommodate. Regular system reviews can catch maintenance issues before they become problems, before they cause unplanned downtime. A telecommunications consultant can also provide some training on the system and operating procedures, and we can work with you on lifecycle planning for the network. And finally, we can do some future proofing through technology planning. For instance, should we be adopting push-to-talk over cellular devices or some other hybrid network? And how is the redundancy of the network serving us? So, to wrap things up, a telecom consultant helps reduce downtime, increase efficiency, prevent bad purchases, and keep systems aligned with business goals. Many companies overspend or experience operational failures without experienced telecom experts on board. Bringing in a vendor-neutral telecommunications consultant protects the company both financially and operationally. So that's the end of the course. Thank you for sticking around to the end. What's next? Well, you can book a free 30-minute consultation with me where we'll talk about your system and what your desires are and find out if there's room for us to work together. In addition, I'm going to be creating some telecommunication courses that will teach you about the various technologies that are out there and how each one might be able to fit within your business goals. If you're interested, there'll be links down in the description to get on a waiting list for those courses. Again, thanks for watching. I'm Michael. I'm with Telecom Consulting. Have a safe day.